We are Gold Ivy.
Our mission is to empower you to own and unleash your truth.
Stories of resiliency are gold, and ivy grows in hard places.
Those hard places are what creates space for light to shine through.
You decide what works for your daily life and how to transform our lessons into your gold.
This is Ivy Unleashed,
a Gold Ivy production. Who wants to know what I discovered that's an absolute game changer with my hormones, stress level, and quality of my sleep? I am not one to talk about supplements, but after learning all about magnesium, I have to fill you in. In May of last year, I tested my hormones and my doctor explained to me that most women are deficient in magnesium, how important magnesium is, and how the brand of magnesium matters. First, magnesium is involved in hundreds of biochemical reactions in your body. Cortisol regulation, take magnesium. Better sleep, magnesium. Muscle soreness and recovery, magnesium. Combat depression and anxiety, magnesium. The list of magnesium's benefits go well beyond those examples. I asked for the best brand of magnesium and my doctor said hands down, Smidge. She prefers Smidge because it's super clean and made in small batches. No fillers or common allergens and non-GMO. Smidge's magnesium is made with a premium form of magnesium called glycinate complex. After taking the 100 milligram capsule of Smidge Evening Magnesium every night for just a week, I noticed how much better I felt in the morning. Melatonin and other sleep aids can make me groggy or give me weird dreams. Smidge's magnesium has improved my energy levels, reduced my anxiety, and my digestive health has never been better. I do my best to take it every single night to keep reaping all the benefits. I'm telling you, Smidge Magnesium is a game changer. The majority of adult women are deficient in magnesium, and we don't want you to be one of them. To experience the health benefits of Smidge Evening Magnesium as soon as possible, go to getsmidge.com or find the link in the show notes and be sure to use code GOLDIVY10 for a 10% discount. That's getsmidge.com and code GOLDIVY10 at checkout and let us know how great Smidge Magnesium makes you feel as well. Let's talk about something foundational to your family's health that you might not even realize is an issue: your cookware and bakeware.
That's right. We've all heard about clean eating, but what about clean cooking? For years, we've been told nonstick is the way to go for easy cleanup, but what if that convenience comes at a cost to your health?
Exactly. Our friends at Caraway have an origin story that really hit home for us. Their founder, Jordan Nathan, experienced what's called Teflon flu after accidentally overheating a traditional nonstick pan. It turns out it only takes 2.5 minutes for those pans to hit 500 degrees Fahrenheit and start releasing toxic chemicals.
And the problem is these aren't just any chemicals. We're talking about PTFE, also known as Teflon, and microplastics that can leach directly into your food that you're preparing for your family.
These are forever chemicals, folks. They enter the body and can take decades to leave, potentially leading to serious health risks like cancer or respiratory issues. Reading the research from the American Cancer Society and Good Housekeeping Institute was a wake-up call to realize what might be hiding in our kitchens.
And that's where Caraway comes in. They're on a mission to craft well-designed home goods that truly raise the standards of what you cook with. They've meticulously thought through every single detail, from the unboxing experience to how their products store in your home. The look, the feel. We're in a season where less is more. It's better for your health. It's better to look at. You've seen Caraway everywhere, and it's for a reason.
I went with the squareware and cookware set. Not only is it beautiful, but the relief I feel knowing the daily pancakes, pasta, and protein I'm heating up isn't causing harm to my kiddos is priceless.
Caraway has revolutionized kitchenware by offering a non-stick ceramic coating that's mineral-based. That means no toxic materials leaching into your healthy ingredients. It's easy to use, easy to clean, and you don't have to worry about those forever chemicals.
So if you're ready to remove harmful microplastics and toxic chemicals from your family's meals and truly elevate your cooking experience, it's time to switch to Caraway.
Head over to their website today. You can find the link in our show notes. And for a special thank you to our listeners, use code GOLDIVY at checkout for 10% off your Caraway products. Make the switch for a healthier you and a healthier home.
And now to this episode of the Ivy Unleashed podcast.
Welcome back to the Ivy Unleashed podcast. We are back in action. Friday morning. We never record on a Friday.
Brooke is back. Really, Brooke is back.
I'm here about 35% here.
Do you want to know something funny while you were gone? and Brooke will tell you where she was, but I took screenshots of where she was sometimes just to be like, just to show how far away we were from each other and how crazy and cool that is.
She missed me.
I did.
Where was the funniest place that you screenshotted?
You know, it was just cool when you were in Sorrento because it's like you're clearly so far away on the coast of Italy, near the ocean or whatever sea that is. And I don't know. I was so happy for you that that's where you were. Like you've never been there. Yeah. And
it wasn't real. The whole trip, we just kept saying, life's a movie. Life's a movie. That was especially the theme like of Amalfi.
The trip. Oh my gosh. Okay. So tell everybody why you went and where you went and what you saw.
I had never been to Europe, and we got the awesome opportunity to go to Ian's childhood best friend's wedding. It was a 30-person wedding in Tuscany. And so about three couples, including Ian and I, decided to make a full 10-day trip out of it. So we did the Amalfi Coast, the first end. Middle of the week was the wedding in Tuscany, which was in this really cute little almost resort that was private. And really, you really felt like you were Italy living.
Like, did they rent out the whole place for themselves?
Yes.
Oh, yep. Was it like a residence? Like a...
it was like what you'd see in the movies. Like this girl, it was changing ownership. And this girl who was I think it was the CFO of one of the big accounting firms. She retired at the age of 40 because she did okay. And was buying...
She's doing good.
Was buying this resort, this villa in Italy. So like kind of bed and breakfasty. There was a little main building that had coffee and food in the kitchen. And then you had a pool. And then you had multiple little villas that everyone stayed in. Beautiful. And that was in a little city called Playa. And then the end of the trip, we ended with a bang at Oktoberfest, which was on Ian's bucket list. And it was the craziest time.
Can we talk about your outfits? Where did you get these? Okay, so...
wait.
Have you shared any of that on Gold Ivies?
Yeah, I did last night.
Okay, good. Because I feel like everybody needs to see this. I was like crying, laughing at these outfits. And I didn't realize Oktoberfest was so like...
But here's the thing. Here's a lesson.
It's German, but...
If you go to Oktoberfest, do not, I repeat, do not buy costumes off Amazon.
Why?
So when we went, TikTok knew. So all of the girls that I traveled with, they were on TikTok and their algorithm knew. Yeah. And it was like the one thing to do is do not buy these Amazon costumes. And that's what we had because everyone has authentic lederhosen, drindles. So we looked like low-key cultural appropriation is how I felt. Like, is this disrespectful? Are we, getting credit that we're at least trying? And there was maybe out of 3,000 people in this one tent. Because you walk in, it's like the Minnesota State Fair on steroids. The middle are all of like the rides and the food trucks or huts and whatever you want to call them. And then on the outskirts are all of the tents. So there's millions of people here. And then you buy a table in a tent that gets you the beer and the food. And so in our tent, that was probably 3,000 people. There was maybe one other group that had the quote unquote costumes.
Wow. Wait, so how much does it cost to rent a tent and a table?
Well, euros. So we felt like, this isn't bad, but euros are it's more expensive over there. So like I would take $100 out of the ATM, it'd be 150, like the conversion. So to get a table, we paid, I think it was like 365.
And you have it
euros.
For how long?
You have it all day.
Oh.
I think it was... No, I lied. I think it was 11 to 4, which was enough time because these beers were massive.
Is it endless beer or do you have to pay for the beer too?
No, you get 2 beer tickets.
Okay.
Included in this table, which it was 85 degrees. So we needed a damn table. But you get 2 drink tickets and food. And the food is half of a chicken, that picture of rotisserie chicken, but half of it. So salty. So all you want to do is drink.
What did you do? You don't like beer and you don't drink.
Water.
Yeah. And you said you had to pay for water too, right?
Oh yeah. Then they tried to charge us 92 euros. This poor girl, I don't know if she was a new server or what, but it's just chaos. Like these poor servers are hot. They're carrying so much beer and food. And we had got waters before for the group and it was 36 euros. And then this girl came, a different server, and she's like 92. And we're like, what? And the whole trip we were laughing because water, you have to pay for water everywhere and it's so expensive. So when she said $92, we're like, of course, like you're kidding me. This is how much we're spending here. But that was one of my big takeaways from the trip was everyone over there, first of all, they don't really drink water. And if they do, they're having sparkling water. So you go to a restaurant, you ask for water, they give you a bottle of water, and if you don't specify, they're giving you sparkling. So at first we didn't know that. By the end of the trip, we would forget about it, and we would get all these waters, especially at Oktoberfest. We'd take a sip, and someone in the group would be like, no, it's sparkling. Like, we're just not used to that.
Yeah.
And you're so thirsty.
Normally, where I've been, I feel like they normally ask you. Like they give you the option.
Sparkling or still, yeah. But in Oktoberfest, when it's so busy, like it's the last thing
they're like, one last question I have to ask. Nobody's here for water.
Yeah. It definitely felt like a trip versus a vacation.
Oh.
Because every 2 days we were on the move. We stayed multiple different places, which was great.
Even in Italy?
Even in Italy, we took trains, planes, automobiles, like all over the country. I feel like when you're over there, which I'd heard before, and now I can say I've experienced it, you want to pack so much in. So I feel like my recommendation for those listening would be at least have 3 days in a location. Like if you want to feel like you can actually relax. We had that in the middle of the trip at the wedding, and it was so nice to just unpack and not have to worry about doing that. Ian and I had a big suitcase, and by the end of the trip, one suitcase was just for dirty clothes that we didn't even open, and that kind of helped. It's just a lot of sprinting to trains. We had multiple moments. We almost missed our Italy flight. We had our friends at the gate holding the plane for us, coming through the airport, sprinting. The flight attendants like, throw elbows, do what you need. And then we had our train ride to the wedding. We whistle blew and we're sprinting, getting on the car as the doors are closing. Like just movie.
What is it on like for trains? Like, for whenever you travel by airplane, you want to be there at least an hour ahead of time. Most people do 2 to 3 hours. Mm-hmm. What is it for a train? I don't even know.
I mean, it was pretty spot on as far as times, like 9:23. And I don't know. I think
you guys were just running late or what?
Well, our Uber from the wedding took the wrong turn. Oh. So Ian, bless his soul, was our travel navigator. He booked all of the modes of transportation, and he just loves looking at a map and like knowing where he is. So in the Uber, he had booked this Uber. It was picking us up at 7 a.m. We had plenty of time. It was an hour and a half ride from the wedding, which was in Playa, to Florence. In Florence, we took a train to Oktoberfest, to Munich.
So did you get to explore Florence?
No.
Oh.
Because this Uber driver, instead of going left, went right, which added like 30 minutes plus. So we had no time. We had a second train, like a backup train, if we needed it. But luckily, we made the first one. It was just a lot of close calls.
Yeah.
That like the first thing had to work in order for the second train, because we would catch connecting trains, and that wasn't great for the anxiety. But I was in a role of like just surrender, and whatever's meant to happen.
So in your group of people, were you like, obviously I know Ian's role. Were you like one of the more anxious, like let's get a move on, the more like it'll work out, it's fine? Like where are you on the spectrum 1 to 10?
I feel like externally I'm on the I have no idea what's going on because Ian booked all this travel. I just know times of things as they're approaching. And then when I hear, okay, for example, this Italy flight, there was a gas truck in the middle of the gate in Chicago, outside of the gate. So the plane there couldn't get out. We couldn't get in. We had over an hour and a half layover, would have been plenty of time. But this dang truck, no one was in it. They couldn't get a hold. It was a third party. No one could get a hold of the driver or find the keys. So we sat on the tarmac for an hour and a half, and we're like, we are going to miss our flight. Ian's looking at different flights. It would have lost us a day or two.
That person got fired, whoever left it there.
It was insane. The pilot came over the intercom and was like, never have I ever witnessed this. And so in that moment, I'm anxious, but I'm also like, there's nothing you can do. So I feel like internally I was freaking out a bit, but I just had to like pep talk myself of let go, let God. And by the grace of God, we somehow made it to Italy.
And didn't you have to sprint?
Oh yeah. I learned this the lesson I learned this trip is I need to up my cardio. We were like so many running. Oh, crazy. Then we had a pool day, the last day of the wedding trip, and we did Olympic swimming. And I'm so competitive, but then it shows me I'm so out of shape in that department.
I mean, how often are you swimming laps?
That's true, but it's just, you never know. You never know when people are going to be after you. We witnessed the train station in Munich. We witnessed a guy yelling at the guards, hitting the guards. Just a different, I don't know if it was like the language barrier, but it was, I don't want to say scary, but it just kind of makes you realize like, okay, let's stick with our group. We don't know where we are, type of people.
What was the vibe of German people at Oktoberfest?
Oh, everyone's so happy.
Yeah.
That was, I made our whole group, any observation they had, just send it to me. I have a whole thing on my phone here because it's so different over there. Both places, Italy and Germany, are so different. Keeping the flu and common cold out of your household is important whether you're 5, 35, or 95. And we're going to tell you the easiest and most delicious way to do just that. It's with All Things Elderberry, a woman-owned business that has all-natural, vegan-friendly, and gluten-free elderberry products.
And when we say products, we mean a variety of delicious and beautiful products, not just for you, but for your entire household to get an immunity boost. If we had to pick our favorite product, I'm going with organic elderberry gummies. My kids are obsessed. We're trying to avoid sickness from school and make sure they can participate in their sports. So they take one every morning before they brush their teeth. They think the gummies taste like a mix of grape and cotton candy. I tried them too, and I can see why they ask for them every day. I love that they're boosting their immune system at the start of their day.
My favorite All Things Elderberry product is the elderberry green tea paired with the elderberry honey. The green tea gives me a midday boost, and the honey gives the tea extra sweetness. I also put the honey in my morning coffee instead of creamer. So good. All Things Elderberry is my solution for staying healthy before traveling, avoiding frequent colds and sinus infections, really just maintaining my health all year round.
What sets this brand apart from the others is there are no artificial additives in All Things Elderberry. Their elixir is made with organic, Missouri-grown elderberries, raw honey, and whole spices.
Elderberries not only help with immune support, but may also slow the aging process with their powerful antioxidants, improve skin health, and can shorten the duration of severity of colds and flu.
Visit allthingselderberry.com to explore their full range of immune-supporting products. Stay healthy and feel your best naturally. Use our code GOLDIVY at checkout for 15% off your first order. That's code GOLDIVY at checkout for 15% off your first order.
We're coming at you with important information, warnings, and a solution. Sharing health and wellness gold with you is what we do. And so when we learned alarming information about devices that we routinely use, and we know you do too, we have to share it with you.
What most people don't realize is that the electronic devices we're using, cell phones, Wi-Fi, laptops, and Bluetooth, emit electromagnetic fields, or EMFs. The devices we're holding by our brains, on our skin, by our reproductive parts are emitting EMFs, and prolonged exposure to EMF radiation has been associated with potential health concerns, including neurological effects, impacts on reproductive health, and sleep disturbances.
Those studies alone are a cause for pause. But also, the International Agency for Research on Cancer that operates under the World Health Organization has classified non-ionizing EMFs produced by electronic products like cell phones, smart devices, and tablets a possible human carcinogen. Yikes.
And our solution? SafeSleeve. SafeSleeve anti-radiation products are designed to give you peace of mind of knowing you and your devices are protected while making your devices even easier to use. All of their anti-radiation products incorporate their lab-tested shielding technology that can block over 99% of RF and 92% of ELF radiation. And that's important because the vast majority of products that claim to block EMF radiation either don't have any testing at all, or they only block a small portion of the harmful frequencies.
We absolutely love the sleek look of these stylish products. They come in a variety of styles and colors. For our phone cases, I picked black, Andrea picked tan, and they include a built-in wallet with RFID protection and a magnetically detachable inner case. They're also anti-radiation products for tablets, iPad, and laptops.
We are pumped because we have been looking for a brand to help protect ourselves and our loved ones from this radiation for months. My kiddos have the iPad cases. Searching for a brand with stylish phone cases, colorful iPad colors, and functional headphones for our workouts so that we can enjoy our devices but also not have to worry about how they're harming us.
And without a doubt, it's time to protect ourselves. Grab your Safe Sleep phone case today and any of their other groundbreaking products at safesleevecases.com and use our code GOLDIVY for 15% off. The people in Italy, our observation was they're very aggressive. We had an Uber driver who we told him where we were going for dinner, and he's like, no, you go here. And we're like, okay, like, what are we going to do? So they're very pushy, buy this, do this, where in Germany, everyone is just happy. They're very happy to see each other.
Not to generalize an entire population of a country or anything.
No.
But your experience with the people. Yeah.
Yes, our experience, which is also funny because I think the language in Italy was so beautiful. And I grew up in school speaking Spanish. So anytime I'm in a foreign country, like that's the language that comes to the forefront of my mind. It's just like automatic. And I'm like, no, like that's not. So I'm saying gracias and sí to people. I had to like check myself. Yeah. And then by the time we got to Germany, we were so used to speaking Italian.
You're like, buongiorno.
Yes.
You're using your hands.
Like, then listening to a different language was kind of like a culture shock.
Yeah. A lot of.
Yeah. Very,
Ninth.
Yeah, I don't want to be rude, but just a little different.
Which is funny because you're German.
Yes. They loved me.
Yeah.
It was great.
It's not to love.
Oh, thank you. I definitely, another observation, cleaner in Germany. It's more progressive. Both are very beautiful and historical. Munich had a lot of beautiful castles and just the buildings were beautiful, but the bathrooms were a little nicer. They actually had toilet seats. In Italy. They don't really have toilet seats. You got to pay to go to the bathroom.
See, this depends on what city you're in too.
Yeah.
What kind of place you're in.
Yeah.
Like I was in Ravello and there were definitely really nice bathrooms and toilet seats.
More, I don't know if progressive is the right word, but up and coming. Yeah, cities versus like the old.
Yeah, it's interesting with just like how old these buildings are. Like I kept thinking like, is there mold in here?
Oh, our showers in Italy, like for sure the bathrooms
had mold.
Yeah.
You could like smell it.
You could see it. Oh. Like one of our friends' showers, just the faucet, the water just went straight up to the ceiling and then sprinkled down.
That's not good.
No. So it just, but you're on vacation and you're just like, this is just how it is. Motion sickness, I would recommend, and you did for me, to bring ginger chews, Dramamine.
Did it help?
Yeah, it did. Absolutely. The driving there's just no rules. There's no speed limit, which I learned. And if there is a speed limit on the highways, they have a digital sign that tells you.
Oh, and they tailgate like crazy.
Oh, we had one Uber driver that was like 20 points if I hit them. And he's like going straight up and slamming on the brakes. And I'm like, oh my. Yeah, very, very aggressive. Another fun thing that I wrote down is it's opposite with the doors. Did you notice this? So, okay, let me see. I'm going to get this confused. So you push to open, pull to leave. In America, it's the other way. So everyone's like, our door's locked. We had one couple that they couldn't get into their hotel room because they're used to pulling. So they went downstairs.
Oh my gosh.
And they're like,
you
just need to push. Yeah. It's just like these little things that you're so not used to that are just automatic for you. Yeah. Like that was one.
In Germany, do they drive on the right side or the left side of the road?
The right side. So we didn't experience any left side. Another fun thing was the caps of the water bottle don't come off. So they're very eco-friendly over there. You got a free drink if you didn't ask for room service. Oh. I thought that was really cool, just the way they take care of their city. It's very clean. Yeah. So touristy, but still clean. Yeah. On the tables everywhere, they had these like little metal plates that you put the fork and knife and spoon on. Do you remember that? So that you don't have to put a dirty spoon on the table or dirty your silverware. I was like, that's interesting.
That's smart.
Let's see what else I have on this list. Emergency sirens are way less aggressive. They kind of sound like
police cars, like
from a movie. They had lots of gluten and dairy-free options in Italy.
Oh.
Everywhere we went had gluten-free options, which I was very surprised by.
Okay. Let's talk about your health and like your preferences in America and how, like, what did you have to be flexible with over there when it came to alcohol, gluten, dairy, sleep patterns, working out? Like, what was it like?
I think with every vacation, you go in fully intending to work out, and most of the time you never do, at least if you're me. Yeah. So we walked probably 18 to 20,000 steps every day, except like the wedding day. But we still did a walk then. So walking was exercise. Running to catch flights and trains was exercise.
Little HIIT workout.
Yeah. Sleep was tough. Either we were waking up really early to catch a means of transportation, or we could sleep in. Like there was no really in between. And then you're just in a different country, and that's 7-hour time difference. So that wasn't great, but I think just the break from the day to day, being with your friends, like I was just on adrenaline the whole trip is what it felt like.
Yeah. I
could still eat healthy because of those options. One thing that was tough in Italy, they don't really do fruit and veggies. Like it's not a part of a dinner meal, vegetables. Like you have to order a side, and there's one option for a side, like broccoli you could get. Mm-hmm. It's not very fruit and veggie forward. So by the time we went to Germany, we were at a restaurant that had an acai bowl, and me and Sam, one of the other girls, were like, yes, like fruit. Mm-hmm. They had some fruit at the wedding venue for breakfast, but it just wasn't, it was very carb heavy, both Germany and Italy. My body did surprisingly well, but I also think, again, adrenaline, and you're just so happy. Like we were laughing the whole time. We got the giggles. Our 8-hour, I think it was 8 or 9-hour train ride to Munich, we were put in the quiet zone. Ian booked first class tickets, not realizing it was in the quiet zone. So we felt like we were in school having to be quiet, and that gave us the giggles.
There is something about just getting out of your environment. Like I think I tried to explain this after my last trip too, but it's hard to put in words. It's like you get in your own routine, in your own way that you feel in this environment with the foods that you normally eat. And then it's almost like your body is used to having a certain mood at a certain time of day, in a certain room, in a certain home, or certain, you know what I mean? And then when you remove yourself from it, it's just like, you just see anything is possible, and you can change it up. And it is so nice. And I think you are more grateful for what you do have, because there are things that you're going to miss about your routine or your place. So I'm curious about like your reflections on that, on like what you from that would change about what you have going on at home now.
That's a good question. I will say, when I was over there, I thought I would want to for sure like do my honeymoon in Italy and want to come back to Europe and be like obsessed with it. And although it was really, really beautiful, I just felt like it wasn't real. Like when we did a boat ride and you got to see the Amalfi Coast, and I'm like, this just feels fake. Like it's too beautiful, if that makes sense. And so it made, yes, I loved it, but it also, to your point, really made me appreciate home and being like, I do like my routine. I like watching TV and not having to move every 2 days. Like it was this weird dichotomy of, I'm really, really grateful I'm here and with my friends, but I'm also really grateful for like where we live, and I want to go to church, and I want to get back to a sleeping schedule. Like I'm just such a routine person. What it made me change, I think just how much we giggled on the trip. Like I said to Ian, like, I want to just keep laughing. Like we were so sad when we came home. Ian's with his childhood best friends. It's like never going to happen ever again. Yeah. Everyone's dual income without kids.
Yeah. And not even that, like yeah, they're Ian's friends, but like you have befriended
Yes.
all of the women and are like best friends with these women who are wonderful too. So it's like, I feel like sometimes you're on a trip like that and you're like, oh, it's my husband's friends. But like, that is not the case for you guys. Like you guys are, even some of them are in your wedding.
Yes. Yeah. And it was fun because one of the couple, they're in Arizona, and Sam, the girlfriend, she hasn't really seen Logan with all of his childhood friends as much as we have. And so she got to see like a different side of Logan that was just so goofy. And anytime you're back with your childhood friends, it's just a different connection, right? And so as the girls, it was just so precious to see that. And the groom's parents were so grateful that all these boys came to Italy. Like there was only 30 people at this wedding and we made the effort. And so they were so grateful. Just, yes, we were in the most beautiful place, but it was about being together and the love and the relationships. And so my lesson from that was just coming back home, like still pouring into these relationships, prioritizing like the silliness, the giggling, it's not that serious.
It's so true. That is so true though. Cause it's like, I don't know. It's like we get in our heads or then we just start to get hard on ourselves. And then you're like, you want to perfect whatever you're doing because you know you can do better, whether it's your workout routine or your relationship with your kids or your job professionally, whatever it is that you're trying to achieve and go after. And I think it can kind of like just take away, like if anything, just how can you weave more fun into each of those things? Like any avenue of like, how can this be more fun to make these meals? Turn on some music, have a dance party, right? Like us professionally, maybe we do a little bit more dance and TikToks and get back to that because it's so fun and we just like giggle and usually one of us falls over and it's funny. You know, like how can you weave in humor and not take yourself so seriously? I think vacation is such a great way to remind you of how important that is.
And also the gratitude piece, right? Of like, I'm so grateful we had this opportunity. I'm grateful for our health. Like if we couldn't have ran, we wouldn't have made these flights and trains. We saw a guy die in the Germany train station. Pretty sure he was dead. He was on the ground and someone came to try and wake him up and they couldn't. And the paramedics came and they brought out the AED and those moments that are really scary, but also make you really grateful that you're healthy. Just enjoying the little things like espresso and gelato after every dinner. I'm like, it's just the little things in life. Like it doesn't take much to be really grateful.
Yeah. And even, you said 18 to 20,000 steps or whatever a day, like taking care of your health allows you to go explore and see things. And like
if you're out of shape, you're not going to be able to do Italy.
Yeah.
Because you're walking steps.
Yeah. And some of the cities too, it's like you're pulling your luggage and you're on cobblestone. So it's not only are you going uphill or up steps, you have to either carry your luggage or go even farther to find a ramp that you can go up with your luggage and pull it.
Yeah.
And I think health is just everything. And I love that that's what we focus on in life because there's so many things that we could talk about. But if you don't have your health, you don't have anything. And I personally have had some family emergencies lately that have really put that in perspective of just like how important it is to care for yourself, especially while you're young. Getting these routines in place that Brooke's talking about back at home, she has in place, like the routines, that's 99% of your life you're in your routine. How can you not only make like weave in some fun, but have some things in there that are going to actually help you run to the airport or run in the airport, get up the steps and have the independence, to enjoy your life and not have these barriers that hold you back.
As much as I love being a passenger princess, there is something to like being able to carry my own suitcase, being able to lift my own suitcase. It was really cool seeing, we did this boat day that I mentioned. We got to go into Amalfi and Positano. And so we had this 9-hour boat ride that allowed us an hour and a half in each of these cities. So we didn't have to stay in the city, but we still got to see it, which was really cool. And in there, you see all of these locals, these old women that live way up high that have to carry their groceries. And it just really showed us like survival of the fittest. Like if you are not taking care of yourself, you're not surviving. You have to be able to carry your groceries, to walk, to do these steps. You have to be healthy. And the food too, everything felt home cooked. Like I just felt, you could call it placebo or not, like you could tell that there just wasn't preservatives in these foods. The minute I got home, stomach ache. The minute we're over there, another girlfriend that was over there always has a stomach ache. She's like, haven't had a stomach ache here.
Not bloated.
You know, you're drinking, you're eating, you're out of your routine, but you still like feel okay, which is like just very weird for me.
Did you try the wine in Italy?
I did. I didn't love, like I didn't feel like it elevated my experience at all. I almost enjoyed Munich better for the fact that I wasn't drinking. Like at the wedding, they had 5-course meals and each course was a different wine pairing. And so I tried that. I think alcohol just doesn't really elevate my life anymore. And
that's amazing.
And it was a cool, like, okay.
I was also going to say, I love that you talked about that because it's important to know like what it brings to you and be aware of what it brings to you or doesn't bring to you. But also I feel like it tastes cleaner. The wine, like
it wasn't as like harsh.
Yes.
If that makes sense. Like the after bite. And so I did enjoy that. But I also, when we were in Munich, we spent like a few hours at dinner and we did what Twin Cities Live, I told you this, Ben and Elizabeth had asked, if you became president, what laws would you put into place? And so I asked that question and we just had the most beautiful conversation and I was sober and fully there for it. And I just had this like reflection moment of, I love being in this conversation. I'm going to remember everything. I'm fully here. And then you just take around your surroundings.
Why is this getting me so emotional? I'm so happy for you. That is so beautiful because you could have been wasted because those mugs of beer were massive. And I know you're not a big beer drinker, but you're in Germany.
Yeah.
And I just love that you had that with your friends. Oh my gosh, why?
She's crying.
Wow, weird. What did people say? Like, what would they have implemented as president?
Well, I said universal health care. There was a lot of talk about just like the preservatives when we were over there. What else did people mention? Money, like healthcare access. A lot of just like the big ones. Nothing.
I thought it was gonna be like funny ones. Like
no, everyone took it very serious. Like you're actually changing the world. What are you doing?
Oh wow.
Yeah, which is why it was a cool conversation because then you had arguments of like, okay, social determinants of health, and well, what about this, and what if I don't have access to this? How does this change? And like kind of debating, but not.
Oh, that would be fun. I would love for there to be. I know universal health care can be a loaded topic, but I definitely think there should be full coverage for any type of infertility, like adoption, IVF.
Oh, that was my girlfriend Nat. She had said equal like paternity and maternity leave because in Europe you get so much time that it should be even here. That was hers. It was just good conversations.
Yeah,
talking about the beauty of things, also the struggles, like everyone was just open and honest. And I think that's what made coming home so hard is like you bond with these people even more. Like you didn't think you could bond with them more. And even Ian, who grew up with these guys.
I love that you were on the trip too, because that question would not have came up if you weren't on it. Like, I've been noticing this so much. You know, as a podcaster, we constantly ask questions, and then we're like, we have 5 more to go off of the first one we asked. You know, you got to start kind of high level, but then you and we want to go real deep. Sometimes I'm like, here I am. Like yesterday I was at an event and I'm like, yep, I'm definitely interviewing this guy. Like,
and I'm oversharing.
I know. No, I'm getting better at that one. I didn't start with my marathons. I didn't start with anything about me. I asked him about why he lived in Vietnam.
Oh.
And then his name is Sam. He's definitely going to be on the podcast. He sleeps on the floor every night, still in America. He is just his life was so interesting that I couldn't stop asking him questions. He didn't know anything about me. Until, I'd ask him 42 questions. He's like, can we, what's your name?
It shows, I think traveling too, like shows what you're like innately passionate about and what pulls you, because I didn't do any yoga when I was over there, but I talked about it and I thought about it and asking people questions. Everyone we were with, I'm like, so what's your morning routine? And what do you do at night? And what do you guys eat? Like, I just naturally so curious
Yeah.
that even we are not working, but it just reminds me of like, okay, I'm in the career path that I'm meant to be in, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. Well, and when you're over there, you're like seeing so many people that clearly take very good care of themselves, or they're successful for being able to have a wedding over there, or, you know, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you live like this? Like, what are you doing? How are you taking care of your mental health and physical health so that you can do these things?
And I think the mental health piece, the community is just everything. Like everyone is so happy to be together. I'm looking at this is interesting. Lots of smoking and vapes.
Oh,
Everyone's got a
everywhere.
vape. And so it makes you think like, okay, they're healthy in a lot of ways, but they also,
they live longer than us. How?
they drink, they smoke. I think maybe less chemicals in the vapes and the cigarettes is like the only thing I can really think about.
Or less stuff in their food.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like, yeah, I don't know. I can't believe how much people smoke over there. It's crazy. How was your leg?
Leg was okay. Towards the end of the trip, she was hurting.
If anybody doesn't know why I'm asking her this, she's been having a vein issue that's been creating a lot of pain in one of her legs, and was a little worried about Europe. So that's why.
Again, I think just the adrenaline and the distraction. I did legs up the wall. I elevated it when I could. I was honest with the group of like, guys, I need my good old compression sock. Yeah, I think for me, it's just the more I think about it, the more I fuel it. And so if I can I'm going to take care of it. Let's not think about it. It's one of those things that sucks, but also I'm alive. I have a lot of other things going for me, and I just have to hold on to that. And
Got to wear that compression sock every once in a while.
good old CS.
I mean, you can't be a 10 out of 10 every day. You know, you got to be a 9.5 with that sock every once in a while.
I know that sucks. She's hot though.
But wear that on your wedding day?
No, probably not. Well, maybe. You never know. I would hide.
That's true.
Overall, though, I would recommend going to Europe. I would recommend doing it with a group. Everyone traveled so well together, which was huge.
Which that could be hit or miss.
Can be hit or miss. Everyone was pretty go with the flow for the most part. Still, though, said what they wanted, and everyone respected people's desires. It was great. And I'm very happy to be home and not living out of a suitcase.
And that is gratitude. Okay, that's gratitude 101. Okay. Well, I'm glad that you're back. I'm glad that you went. I loved watching, especially the Germany reel. It's so funny to me, just those outfits and seeing how, like, you know, seeing what it would be like to be there. You did such a good job of capturing the vibe,
really
and
tried.
the dancing and I really felt like I was there.
Well, it's like this, what you're seeing is not real. Like, I need other people to witness this. And when I made that reel last night for my personal, Ian was helping me make it. And then when I posted it, I was just giggling because I'm like, just imagine you're just scrolling and this is what pops up on your feed. Like, you're not expecting this. Just, it feels real to us because we were there, but other people from the outside looking in, I'm sure it looks like a crazy experience. And I want you to know it was. And if you haven't seen the reel, go watch it.
And why I loved it too is because I feel like I would have fit in with your group of friends because I got the, in high school, you know, you're like most likely to or whatever. I actually got most spirited was mine and class couple. Those are the two awards I got. But most spirited, I thought about this and it's like, if you're going to go do something, go all in. Like you guys went for it.
And also it was the boys' idea to
which is
get
even better.
The costumes, the matching sets. Oh yeah,
oh my gosh, Ian in that yellow one. I love him even more. I didn't think I could love Ian more, and I do. And I'm so happy you guys went in like so enthusiastic. And if I was German, maybe it was an Amazon costume, but I would be like, you know what? They're trying.
Yeah.
And they look like
we got some
people.
funny looks. And if we got hate, we don't know because we don't understand what they're saying. So it all worked. It was a win-win. But no, it was fun to be able to share and come home. And I feel like this is a trip we're going to talk about forever and share with our kids. And
yeah,
it was such a great experience.
All right, 3 gold stars. People are going to head to Europe. What are your 3 top takeaways?
Pack ginger chews, Dramamine. You're going to need it. Sleeping pills. Long flight. take sleeping pills.
Magnesium.
ZQL and magnesium.
You brought your magnesium, didn't
Brought
you?
my magnesium, digestive enzymes. That really helped. And then my third one would be just make the intention to have an adventure. No expectations. You miss a flight, you miss a train. It's okay. You're going to figure it out. Let go, let God, and whatever is meant to happen will happen, and just enjoy the ride.
Those are good.
My quote, my piece of gold for you was my favorite thing to say, two of my favorite things every morning, buongiorno, and to ciao bella.
This is Gold Ivy signing off.
Listen to your truth and go chase your gold. Ciao. We want to thank you and encourage you to celebrate yourself for taking the time to learn and get inspired in your one beautiful life. And if this podcast means something to you, it would mean so much to us if you'd be willing to take 30 seconds to help support our mission to keep bringing you inspiring stories and guests.
First, following the podcast is important because it helps you never miss an episode. To do this, just go to the Ivy Unleashed podcast show page on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. And then just tap the plus sign in the upper right-hand corner or click on follow.
While you're there, if you'd be so kind to give us a 5-star rating and review and share your favorite episode with a friend, we'd be so grateful for your support.
We are thrilled you're here and are so happy that you're taking time to prioritize your wellness, self-discovery, and growth with us. Additionally, we want to remind you that this podcast is presented solely for educational and entertainment purposes. We are not licensed therapists, and this podcast is not intended as a substitute for the advice of a physician, professional coach, psychotherapist, or other qualified professionals.